I think both our platforms are similar because one of my goals is to get people to really to motivate them
Okay.
to travel abroad and learn how to do it in a way that's sustainable. What do you think is the blueprint
Okay.
for someone that wants that they're, let's say they're living in America or somewhere in the West or in a
Right.
country that they want to get out? What do you think is the blueprint for doing that?
The blueprint for moving out of America. Okay, the first thing is getting a job. Okay, getting a job in the States, right? So many people who are maybe not doing well financially in the States try to move out. I don't suggest that. You need to have money in the States. Like, if we're being honest, the easiest place on earth to make money is America. If you cannot make money in America, you should not be moving to Kenya. You should not be moving to Tanzania. You should not be moving to nowhere else besides the States. Stay there until you know how to make money. That's the first thing. So get a job. Start, making some money, saving some money a little bit. The next thing is figuring out skills that you can monetize online. So there are people who maybe want to do physical businesses. My brain doesn't really think like that. It thinks more online. So get some type of skills, learn to copyright, learn how to video edit, learn how to do some type of skill you can monetize online. Even if it is editing words for people, you got to learn some kind of a skill, right? Particularly a high paying skill that you can sell to other people, especially other businesses. And then start a business with that skill you've learned and then move that overseas. To me, that's the blueprint.
Yeah.
Get a job, get financially stable, save some money, get a skill, then learn to monetize that skill. I suggest you start making money before you leave America. So your online business should already, even if it's small, even if it's $100 a month that your online business is doing, you already have a proof of concept. So you can say, okay, once I quit my job, I can dedicate these 8 hours that I was spending working to this business, and I'll go from 100 to 300, 300 to 600, 600 to 900, and then little by little, you'll be able to make enough money to sustain yourself and support yourself. And then you've already been working, so you have that cash flow in the back to kind of just assist you in the beginning. So that's my blueprint.
Yes. What overseas country would you recommend to start in?
To move to, it all depends. So if you are someone who's looking for the African experience, I would suggest maybe Uganda. Yeah, maybe Uganda to move to. If you're looking for just like good quality of life, I would suggest Egypt. And then I would say South Africa is the most like America, but the visa is not the easiest in South Africa. So you gotta be kind of paying attention to the visa. So Egypt has the easiest visa laws. Uganda has like the second most relaxed, where you get the more like everyone looks like you experience that you're not gonna get in Egypt.
Yes.
So yeah, Egypt or Uganda is what I would say.
Okay, what really stood out about your content is I see a lot of travelers. I see a lot of them that gravitate to like Thailand, that gravitate to Philippines.
Yeah.
If it's Africa, it might be Ghana, Kenya.
Yeah.
When I saw you go to Egypt, that really stood out.
Right.
And I was like, huh. So how'd you get to Egypt? Like what opened the doors for that?
Yeah, okay, so let's talk about the Ghana. So you see now everybody's fleeing Ghana right now. That's a big movement going on. Everybody's fleeing Ghana because to me, Ghana was always overpriced. So I never had a desire to go to a place where I'm paying more for less quality. So in Ghana, you're paying maybe 12 to sometimes 24-month rent up front. So if your rent is $2,000 and you're paying 24 months, that's 48 grand, whoop, disappeared. And so then you're still getting these houses. I saw a lady, and it was Jess or something like that, African-American who moved there. She paid this housing and it flooded. The whole wall fell down, the interior of the house fell down and all kind of stuff. And so you're paying a lot of money for inferior work.
Right.
And so I noticed that from afar, from a while back. I'm like, okay, nah, Ghana is not my vibe. It's not my speed. Maybe one day I'll visit Ghana, but even now I'm not even in a mood to visit, you know what I mean, to West Africa.
Right.
And so when you think about Egypt, the cost of living to me is the best. It's second to none, I would say, cost of living wise. The visa is the main reason I really went to Egypt, because in Tanzania, I kind of ran into a situation where I applied for a visa. I got the visa, I paid the money for the visa. It was supposed to be 2 years. They gave me 9 months. Before the 9 months, they were saying they're going to give us nothing. So I learned, okay, the visa laws are very important wherever you go. Try to find a place where the corruption is minimal. People say Egypt is corrupt, but literally in 3.5 years, I never paid a single bribe. So I don't know how corrupt it can be when literally I lived there and there was no corruption. Also with Egypt, the people are very friendly. You want to go to a place where you want to kind of be treated like the same or sometimes even better, you know what I mean, as a local. And so Egypt is one of those places where they like really, really, really hospitable. So that's kind of one of the reasons. And then I just like it. It's a good vibe. And a good vibe in Egypt.
Yes.